They are saying we don't want Tinubu. We won't go for Muslim ticket again. Who said this? Farouk Adamu is the one talking here. You are welcome to the news today. Remember to give us your like, make sure you give us your thumbs up, and please subscribe to our channel and share our stuffs on this channel. According to Daily Post News, former minority leader of the House of Representatives Farouk Adamu Aliyu has labelled many politicians within both the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the All Progressive Congress (APC) as self-censored elites. Aliyu made this assertion during an interview with AIT on Monday. He urged ordinary Nigerians, especially the underprivileged, not to engage in conflict over issues that only benefit the political elite, stressing that most political leaders are only interested in their personal gains. In his words, I want the masses and the less privileged to see us politicians for who we truly are. Many of us lack integrity. Many are driven by self-interest, and most are only concerned about their own welfare. When you are part of the system, you rarely challenge it. He went on to say, I want ordinary Nigerians to recognize that we, the elite, are essentially the same. Whether we are Muslims or Christians, whether in the PDP or APC, we belong to the same class. We are not enemies. Aliyu emphasized that the general public should avoid fighting one another along religious or ethnic lines, pointing out that elites do not engage in such conflicts themselves. He stated, this is the message I want to pass across at the elite level. We are united, so please citizens should not harm one another simply because of religious or ethnic differences. Whether one is Fulani or Igbo, we, the elites, do not kill or insult each other. Aliyu further advised the masses not to shed blood or create conflict over political matters that primarily concern the ruling class. He stressed that most of these political battles are among elites. They added that it is ironical that some elites from the north are now accusing President Bola Tinubu of being anti-Muslim and anti-North, despite being the same individuals who vigorously supported the Muslim ticket during the last election. He said, and all of a sudden they are saying we don't want Tinubu, we won't go for Muslim ticket again. Well, this is an advice from a former House of Representative member, Mr. Aliyu Farouk Adamu, and he has decided to call his own colleagues politicians out, and he labeled them that they are self-centered elites. Now, those are who they are, and it seems as if Nigerians didn't wake up to this reality. And from what this man has said, it's expected that Nigerians should wake up to understand the singular fact that whether you are in APC or in PDP, even the so-called Labour Party or the SDP or NNPP, whatever party, as long as you are within the system, it's very difficult for you to criticize the system. And that's what this man said, and I quote, they are elites, they don't fight themselves, especially along the sentimental lines in which they use to scatter the masses, which is ethnicity, regionalism, religion, and things like that, because it is these very tools they are using as a weapon against the unity of this country, against the success of the nation and the peace of the people. And this man came out to tell the whole world now concerning who they are. And I think Nigerians shouldn't sleep. It's just a pity, like some people normally say that when a white man want to hide something from a black man, he said write it in a book, because he knew he will never read the book. Here is the news that you are listening to, you are hearing, and it's expected as Nigerians that we should be proactive and take necessary action. He's urging us even not to be divided, along those lines, because it will never benefit us. We are in a country that is, polyethnic in nature and also poly-religious in nature. And in one particular family or clan or compound, there are people from different religious background, and they came out of the womb of the same mother. How do you expect them to live? They expect to live at peace, and that is what is essential. We have even seen intracultural marriages, that a Fulani man will marry a Yoruba woman, an Igbo man will marry also a Middle Belter woman. And because of all this, we are in Nigerians, and the elites are using that again after there is cross marriage and intercultural relationship. I think there's need for Nigerians to really wake up from the slumber, knowing fully well that politicians are selfish. They don't have anything good for us. Look at the language the man used. He said the political leaders are only interested in their personal gain. Why can't the masses also begin to work out their own interests, working for their own gain? When you want to go and vote, you pick your voters card and vote according to your conscience, not based on your religion or based on your ethnic nationality or based on your region. These are the things that has not made this country to move forward, and it's a privilege that one of them will come out and make a public confession the way I see it, and telling us that look, our salvation is in our hand. We should not allow them to continue to play us as pawn, and we should make sure that we take the bull by the horn and act accordingly. He even said something that is so strange. He said at their level they don't fight along those sentiments, and I can see too the Tinubu and the Buhari will never fight. And these are people from two different ethnic divide. They are only related by religion, and but in the north there is this generality that southern Muslims are inferior, and still at the elite level Buhari is not saying Tinubu is inferior. They sit together, they eat together, they make decisions together, they even hand over power to each other when others even want to kill themselves. For example, like Anoshibajo is trying to wrestle power from a Tinubu, and still it will get support from outside of Yoruba land alone with to other places, and now it seems as if Anoshibajo is relegated to a side. But I'm happy because, well, like we normally see too, Tinubu is magnanimous in victory. We see them again all coming together. The elites, they will not betray themselves. They may fight for their own personal gain, but at the end of the wrestle, the contest, everybody still come together. They still get contract. You could imagine an Oshiba, a professor, reviewing a book written by a military junta, a Babangida. All these people still sit down together, and during his reading of the book and analyzing it, he said he could tell us that each one that was taking power from the other by force, booting him out, is even seated in that very particular room, converging under the same roof to celebrate the person who he was booted out of power, and also who seems to be booted out, or who seems to be the one that boots him out of power, and they are still together. We need to be careful as Nigerians. Ordinary Nigerians, they should recognize that the elites, they belong to the same class and they are never enemies. Don't let us be our own enemy. Let's come together to move our nation forward. Remember to like, give us your thumbs up, subscribe to our channel and share. Thank you.